We gather today in hearts heavy with worry as we witness the devastating fires sweeping through California. My heart breaks every time I hear about another home lost, another family affected. It's hard to comprehend the scale of this disaster, the lives turned upside down in just a matter of days. But today I want to take a moment to remind each and every one of us that we are not helpless. We are not alone. Through the smoke and the ash, I see something powerful, a community coming together, united in love and prayer. We all know how precious life is, and when we're faced with something like this, we lean on our faith, our love for each other, and we ask for mercy, for hope, for peace. Today we pray for California. We pray for every single person facing the fires. We pray for strength for the firefighters, the volunteers, and the people working around the clock to stop the devastation. Jesus, please hear our prayer. We need your protection. You see the destruction, the pain, and the fear. But we also know that with you, miracles happen. You calm the storm. You heal the broken. So we stand here today together, asking you to step into this moment, to guide the winds, to put an end to the flames that rage without mercy. California needs you. The people of California need you. Every firefighter, every person who's lost something or someone, every soul who's looking up in desperation, may they feel your presence. May they feel the calm, the assurance that you are with them. We ask for protection over those still in harm's way, for comfort for those who've lost everything, and for an end to this fire. We know you're with us, we trust in your power, and as we pray, we keep hope alive. May your peace cover California, and may the fire cease as we lift our hearts in faith and unity. Please, Jesus, stop the fire. In times of crisis, there is a powerful reminder that we are not alone. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when disaster strikes, when the weight of the world seems to fall on our shoulders. But in those moments, it's essential to remember that we don't have to face it alone. As we watch the flames ravage the land, destroying homes, forests, and lives, we are reminded of the strength we have when we come together, united in prayer and love. California, a state of breathtaking beauty and strength, is facing one of its darkest hours. The fires are relentless, burning with a ferocity that is hard to grasp. But in the face of such overwhelming destruction, there is a light that refuses to be extinguished. That light is the love and support of each other, the bond of community that rises to meet the challenges ahead. When I think about the people of California, I think about resilience, about the determination to stand strong even in the most difficult of times. I think about the families, the firefighters, the volunteers, the first responders, all those who are putting their hearts and souls into fighting this fire, into protecting their neighbors, their homes, their communities. In these trying moments, it is that bond of love that gives us the strength to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep praying. But beyond the physical efforts, there is something even more powerful that unites us: prayer. Prayer is a force that transcends any barrier, any distance, any obstacle. It's a way of coming together, even when we're far apart, to ask for help, to ask for mercy, to ask for protection. And when we pray, we don't pray alone. We pray as one. We are a community bound together by our shared humanity, our shared hopes, and our shared faith. In times of crisis, prayer becomes a lifeline. It connects us to something bigger than ourselves, to a higher power that can give us the strength and the peace we need to navigate through the storm. We pray not only for ourselves, but for others, for the people of California who are suffering, for the families who have lost everything, for the brave men and women who are risking their lives to fight the fires, for those who are in danger and those who are working tirelessly to prevent further destruction. We pray for them all, knowing that our prayers are heard, knowing that they carry with them the power of love and faith. When we pray for California, we are not just asking for the fires to stop. We are asking for strength. We are asking for peace. We are asking for comfort for those who are hurting, for those who are afraid, for those who are grieving. And we are asking for hope. We are asking for the hope that even in the darkest of times, there is still light. That even in the midst of destruction, there is still a way forward, a path to healing, a way to rebuild. But it's not just about asking. Prayer is about connection. It's about being there for each other, even when we can't physically be present. When we pray for California, we are saying that we are here, that we stand with them. We are showing that love doesn't know distance or circumstance. It transcends all barriers, and it binds us together in a way that nothing else can. The power of prayer isn't just in the words we speak. It's in the way we come together in faith. It's in the way we uplift each other, hold each other up, and support each other through the hardest moments. It's in the way that even though we may not have all the answers, we know that we are not alone in this fight. And when we come together in prayer, we are reminded of that truth over and over again. I believe that prayer has the power to heal, to bring peace, to change circumstances. And when we pray for California, we are sending that healing energy, that peace, that hope to everyone affected by the fires. We are reminding them that they are not alone, that there are people all over the world holding them in their hearts, lifting them up in prayer. United in prayer and love, we find our strength, we find our courage, we find the determination to keep fighting, to keep hoping, and to keep moving forward. Together, we will face this challenge. Together, we will lift up California. Together, we will find the strength to rebuild, to heal, and to move past the devastation. And no matter how hard the road may be, we will walk it together, side by side, united in love, united in prayer. In moments like these, when the world feels uncertain and the weight of disaster presses down, we often find ourselves searching for something that can offer us solace, something that can provide a sense of hope and security. In times of crisis, we look for a higher power, something beyond what we can see or touch, something that can protect, guide, and heal. For many, that power is Jesus. We turn to him in our moments of fear and pain because we know he has the ability to calm storms, to bring peace amidst chaos, and to provide protection when it feels like there's nowhere left to turn. California, facing the ravaging fires, needs that protection now more than ever. The fires are more than just a physical threat. They're a source of fear, loss, and devastation. People are losing homes, families are being torn apart, and entire communities are being consumed by the flames. It's hard to watch, hard to comprehend. And yet we know that through it all, Jesus sees. He sees the suffering, the fear, the heartbreak, and he is there with us in the midst of it. When we ask for Jesus' protection, we're not just asking for safety from the flames. We're asking for something deeper. We're asking for his presence to fill the spaces where fear and grief reside. We're asking for his peace to cover the anxiety and uncertainty that so many are feeling. We're asking for his comfort to heal the wounds, both physical and emotional, that are left in the wake of such devastation. The fire may burn, the winds may rage, but with his protection, we know we don't have to face it alone. It's easy to feel small in moments like this, like the enormity of the disaster is too much to overcome, but we are not alone. Jesus is with us. His presence is not distant or removed, it is here in the midst of the struggle. And when we ask for his protection, we are reminded that we are covered in his grace, his love, and his power. He is able to protect those in harm's way, to guide the brave firefighters as they battle the flames, to bring comfort to those who are losing everything they hold dear. He is not powerless in the face of this devastation. He is the ultimate source of strength. We also know that when we ask for Jesus' intervention, we are asking for more than just physical protection. We are asking for spiritual restoration, for healing for the hearts that are broken by this tragedy. The fires don't just destroy buildings, they destroy memories, lives, and dreams. They leave behind a trail of grief and loss, and yet Jesus' power to heal is greater than any destruction. He is the one who can mend the broken hearts, restore what has been lost, and make whole what has been torn apart. His protection isn't limited to the physical, it extends to the emotional, the spiritual, and the mental. In the midst of the fires, as we watch the flames consume the land, we pray not just for an end to the destruction, but for an outpouring of grace and mercy. We pray that Jesus will cover every person affected, from those who have lost their homes to those who are risking their lives to save others. We pray for the safety of the first responders, the firefighters, and the volunteers who are working tirelessly to control the flames and protect the vulnerable. We pray for the families who are separated, the individuals who are grieving, and the communities who are struggling to make sense of it all. Jesus, we ask for your protection over them all, for your peace to surround them, and for your strength to be with them in every step of this journey. When we pray for Jesus to stop the fire, we're not only asking for him to intervene in the immediate danger, we are also asking for him to bring an end to the fear, the pain, and the chaos that accompany such a disaster. We trust that he has the power to restore order, to stop the destruction, and to bring peace to every heart that is aching. We ask for his will to be done, trusting that his plan is greater than our understanding, and that he will work all things for good, even in the midst of such a crisis. Jesus' protection is not just about physical safety, it's about the restoration of hope, the restoration of lives, and the restoration of communities. It's about knowing that no matter how overwhelming the disaster may seem, he is with us. He will never leave us or forsake us. We don't face the fires alone. We face them with the strength of his love, the power of his protection, and the assurance that He is working on our behalf. So today, as we pray for California, as we ask Jesus to stop the fire, we are also asking for His intervention in every area of this tragedy. We are asking for His protection over every soul that is affected, for His guidance for those who are on the front lines, and for His healing to touch every heart that is broken. We trust in His power, we trust in His love, and we trust that through it all, He will be with us, bringing comfort, peace, and protection to those who need it most. In the face of such overwhelming destruction, one of the most powerful things we can offer is comfort. In times like these, when the flames of tragedy are consuming not only the land but the hearts of countless individuals, comfort becomes a lifeline. It's the warm embrace, the gentle reminder that we are not alone, that someone sees our pain and cares. It's the kind of comfort that doesn't try to fix everything but instead acknowledges the hurt, the fear, and the loss while offering a space to grieve and heal. For those who have lost everything in the fire, comfort isn't just about physical restoration, it's about emotional and spiritual healing. The trauma of watching homes burn, seeing entire communities reduced to ash, and knowing that life as they knew it has been irrevocably changed is something that no one should have to endure. It's a pain that is difficult to put into words, something that transcends any material loss. And yet, in the midst of that pain, there is the potential for healing. There is the possibility that even in the darkest moments, comfort can be found, and it can be found in the presence of those who care, in the strength of a community that comes together in support. Comfort doesn't come in the form of grand gestures or quick solutions, it comes in the form of love and understanding. It's the quiet support of a friend, the comforting words of someone who listens, the act of simply being there when someone needs you the most. For the people of California, comfort comes in the form of a community that rises to support them. Whether it's offering a place to stay, donating food or supplies, or simply reaching out with a message of encouragement, these acts of kindness become the tangible expressions of love that help heal the wounds left by such devastation. But comfort also comes in the form of faith. For many, it's in the belief that even in the midst of chaos, there is a greater plan at work. For those who are facing the unimaginable loss of loved ones, homes, or precious belongings, it's the knowledge that God is with them, holding them in His arms, providing peace that surpasses all understanding. It's the assurance that no matter what happens, they are not alone. For people who are experiencing loss on such a profound scale, there is comfort in knowing that there is a higher power who sees their pain and is present in their suffering. It's not a comfort that removes the pain, but one that allows people to endure it with hope, to walk through the fire with the assurance that they will not be consumed by it. For those who are grieving, comfort is a quiet presence, a reminder that it's okay to feel the weight of the loss, to mourn what has been taken. It's the permission to feel sorrow without judgment, the space to experience the depth of the hurt, and the understanding that healing is a process. For some, that healing begins with the simple act of acknowledging the pain, of not trying to push it away, but allowing it to be felt. It's through this vulnerability that comfort can take root, through the connection to others who are willing to sit with you in the discomfort, to share in your sorrow, and to offer a safe space for the emotions to flow. When we speak of comfort, we also speak of the healing that comes from community. There is power in coming together during times of hardship. It's when people unite in love and support that the most profound healing can occur. The people of California are experiencing this firsthand as neighbors, friends, and strangers alike come together to provide whatever help they can, whether it's through organizing fundraisers, volunteering at shelters, or offering a shoulder to lean on. The strength of the community provides a sense of solidarity in the midst of the disaster. This collective support becomes a source of comfort for those who feel like they have nowhere else to turn. For the first responders, the firefighters, the volunteers who are working tirelessly to contain the fire and help those in need, there is also a need for comfort. The emotional toll of working in such dangerous and traumatic conditions is something that cannot be ignored. These brave individuals are giving their all, putting their lives on the line, and witnessing the pain of others firsthand. They too need comfort, both in the form of rest and restoration, and in the form of the knowledge that their efforts are appreciated, their sacrifices valued. The comfort of knowing that the community is behind them, supporting them, and praying for their safety can make all the difference in their ability to continue pressing forward in their work. The comfort we offer to those affected by the fires is not just a temporary salve, it's a long-term investment in healing. It's about providing the space and the support for people to rebuild not just their homes, but their lives. The process of recovery will take time and it will require a lot of patience, perseverance, and love. But the comforting presence of a community that refuses to let people face this journey alone will make all the difference. Whether it's through tangible acts of service or emotional and spiritual support, comfort is the thread that weaves people together, that keeps hope alive, even when everything seems to be falling apart. Comfort is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is light. Even in the midst of tragedy, there is still beauty, still love, still hope. It's the promise that no one has to face the pain alone, that there is always someone who will stand beside them, offering love, support, and comfort when it's needed the most. In the face of adversity, there is one thing that we can always hold on to, one thing that keeps us going even when everything else seems uncertain: hope. Hope is not just a feeling, it's a belief. It's a quiet, persistent force that moves us forward, even when the road ahead is unclear and the challenges feel insurmountable. In times of disaster like the fires that are sweeping through California, hope is what carries us through the darkness. It's what reminds us that even in the most difficult times, there is still a reason to believe in a brighter future. When we look at the devastation caused by these fires, it's easy to feel as though hope is something distant, something difficult to find. The destruction is so overwhelming and the pain is so real. But in the midst of the smoke and the flames, there is something powerful happening. People are coming together. Strangers are helping each other. Neighbors are supporting one another. And communities are rallying in ways that are nothing short of miraculous. And that is where hope lives. It lives in the unity, in the selflessness, and in the collective determination to face the challenge together. Hope is not something that exists only in the future. It is something that we create right here, right now, through our actions, our prayers, and our willingness to believe that we can overcome this. For those who are directly affected by the fires, those who have lost their homes, their belongings, and in some cases, their loved ones, hope may feel like a distant dream. The pain of watching everything burn, the grief of losing what you've worked for, the fear of not knowing where to go next can make hope feel like an unreachable star. But it is in these very moments that hope becomes even more vital. Hope is not about denying the pain or pretending that everything is okay. It's about acknowledging the struggle while still believing that there is something worth fighting for, something worth rebuilding. Hope is the belief that even after the fire has passed, life will go on, that communities will heal, and that the strength of the human spirit is greater than any disaster. In the midst of the flames, hope is also found in the brave individuals who are working tirelessly to protect others. The firefighters, first responders, and volunteers who are risking their lives to contain the fires and save as many people as possible are a testament to the power of hope. They are the living embodiment of what it means to fight for something greater than yourself, to stand in the face of danger because you believe that there is hope for a better outcome. Their courage is a source of hope not only for those they are helping, but for all of us. They remind us that no matter how difficult the task may seem, there is always something worth fighting for, always something worth hoping for. Hope is also present in the kindness of strangers. In the wake of the fires, people from all over the world are coming together to offer support. Donations are flooding in, supplies are being gathered, and people are offering their homes to those who have nowhere to go. In times of crisis, it's easy to think that the world is a place of division and hatred. But when something as catastrophic as a fire ravages a community, we see the true spirit of humanity. We see that, no matter our differences, we can come together to support one another, to offer hope to those who have lost so much. And this collective generosity, this willingness to help, is a powerful reminder that hope is alive in every act of kindness, in every gesture of compassion. Hope is not just about waiting for things to get better, it's about taking action to make things better. It's about believing that, even when the flames are at their worst, there is still something we can do to make a difference. Whether it's donating time, money, or supplies, or simply offering a word of encouragement, every action taken in hope builds the foundation for a brighter future. Hope is the driving force behind every effort to rebuild, every volunteer who shows up, and every person who refuses to give up, even when the odds seem stacked against them. For those who are still in the path of the fire, hope is also about believing in the possibility of protection and safety. As we pray for those who are at risk, we are not just asking for the fires to stop. We are asking for hope to prevail, for the winds to change, for the fire to be contained. Hope is the belief that no matter how powerful the flames may be, they will not consume everything. There is hope in knowing that firefighters are on the ground, that resources are being mobilized, and that the collective strength of the community will help to stop the fire before it claims more lives. As we look toward the future, hope is what keeps us focused on the possibility of recovery. It's easy to get caught up in the devastation and lose sight of what can come after the fire. But recovery is not just about rebuilding structures, it's about restoring lives. It's about finding a way to move forward after everything has been burned away. And while the process may take time, hope is the belief that healing is possible, that there is always a way to rebuild, and that together we can emerge stronger than we were before. Hope is the foundation on which communities will rise again, on which families will rebuild their lives, and on which California will heal. Hope is the thread that connects us all, even in the darkest of times. It is what binds us together, even when we are separated by distance or circumstances. It's what allows us to believe that no matter how intense the fire, no matter how deep the loss, there is always the potential for renewal, for growth, and for restoration. Hope is the strength that carries us forward, and it is the force that will lead us through this crisis and into a future filled with healing and light.